What's going on, people? This is Shok, and obviously this is a response to the responses I got from my video, Why This Generation Will Be the Worst. And 99.99999% of all my responses were complete retardation, with BG's video pretty much being the only one that actually made some sensible points. But I would say that 60% of those videos were actual good, understandable points, and the other 40% was just, oh, he's the Nintendo fan bullshit, so that's the only reason why he's saying that, which was pretty much everybody else's in the world's response. And not only that, but in that video, a lot of people, they talked about points I never even made in the video. They misunderstood certain things I said. For instance, like when I said, Zombie U is the only game, that's pretty much made for the gamepad, Zombie U and Nintendo Land. Oh, Shokio said that that's the only game that uses the gamepad. You know what I'm saying? Not what I said. And this is kind of the reason why I haven't been doing videos lately, right? Not only have I been busy, but the reason why I've been losing my video making mojo is because when I feel like I come here on YouTube and make videos, I feel like I'm a damn European coming over here to the Americas, right? And talking to a bunch of Native Americans, because you guys do not, you act like you can't understand English. I talk very plainly. I don't talk cryptic. I try to refrain from using big words, right? I don't speak in riddles and mysteries. I stated explicitly I stated the reasons why this generation would be the worst, and everybody said that the reason Shokio said that, they gave every other reason but the reasons I actually gave in the video. And 99% of y'all talking about Nintendo. Absolute retardation. So this is what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to start a new series of videos. It's going to be a version series, right? For dummies. Whenever I do a video such as that one, an argumentative video or a very opinionated video, I'm going to have a for dummies version for those of you who are, unfortunately, you're of lower intellect than the average man. You see what I'm saying? For those of you who have too much earwax in your ears, for those of you who are stupid, delusional, and incapable of actually providing a logical counter-argument and contributing to intelligent discussion. So for those of you dumbasses who did not watch, or you did watch but you didn't hear a damn word I said in my last video, I'm about to give you guys the For Dummies version right now. Let's get started. Increased milk DLC, rampant microtransactions, gamers accepting mediocrity, gamers defending bullshit, developers getting lazier because gamers keep defending bullshit and accepting mediocrity and are becoming increasingly more easy to please, developers releasing incomplete games, franchises still being altered to appeal to the COD crowd and get more sales, shady pricing models, and as far as I can see, no gameplay innovation. That's pretty much every reason I stated in the video. Did you see Nintendo's failure in there? No. Stop with the hive-minded logic. Stop. Oh, he's a Nintendo fan and the Wii U was failing, so that's why he's saying. And you guys would choose this time of all times to say that. Maybe you would have a legitimate point if you had said that before November, but since October really, the Wii U sales have been up and it's had games. It's not failing, it's struggled. Do you guys understand the difference between a failed system and a struggle system? You see, a failed system has stopped. It's officially dead. They have ceased production. That is a failed system. And a system that's still going and is not doing good is a struggling system. But as of this moment right now, the Wii U is not struggling, and as a matter of fact, it just outsold the Xbox One last week. It actually has some games now. It's selling well right now, and it's 2014, so we know it's going to have even more games this year. I have nothing to damage control, you dumbasses. You see what I'm saying? And you guys, you've been sitting here, right, watching all my videos for 2013, and you guys really think I care about damage controlling for Nintendo after all the criticism I have slung at them. in 2013. Are you guys retarded? Where have you been? You have not been watching my channel. See how retarded you are? You're retarded. You're retarded. You're retarded. You're retarded. I'll keep saying it until you understand, because apparently I gotta repeat myself because you guys don't understand English. You're retarded. You're retarded. But yeah, that was the For Dummies version of my last video. Hopefully, since I just put it plain and simple, because I think what it is that the more I talk or the longer my video is, the less people can understand it, or it gets lost in translation or something like that. I'm not sure. But to actually reply to BG and the 60% of his video where he was actually trying to argue and make cohesive, arguments and points, right? He pretty much said that there's no way this generation is going to be the worst because last generation was the worst. I mean, last generation was just absolutely terrible. But BG, that is my whole point. What did I say in my video? You said it yourself. You quoted me. You said that I said that this generation is an extension of last generation. You yourself said that you understand that concept. So if last generation was so terrible because it had this, and that, and this generation is an extension of that, then this generation is going to be worse by that logic. It's as simple as that. Peter's like, oh no, there's no way it could be worse because, we just had so much bullshit DLC, last gen and microtransactions and so many incomplete games. All those things are being carried over into this gen. That's the point. These developers' mindsets are being carried over into this gen. Which is another point I want to bring up because a lot of people are saying, hey Shokio, how are you going to say this when these consoles have just been out for 45 days or whatever, right? My video had nothing to do with the launch of these consoles. Nothing to do with it. Because like I said, I told people in the comment section, if you guys actually paid attention to the video rather than reading the headline and responding, right? Or watching 2 seconds where I didn't even get to my points until 1 minute 20 seconds in, you would see that the majority of my points, like 90% of my points, had to deal with mindset. Mindset has nothing to do with the launch of consoles. You see what I'm saying? I talked about the mindset of gamers, how they're too lenient and forgiving. Gamers need to have higher standards. And I talked about developers and their mindset, how they're being cheapskates. They're going to milk us more than before. Capcom said it themselves. Okay, EA is going to be on some more bullshit than ever before. All that has nothing to do with launching new systems. See what I'm saying? If you're coming into a generation with a certain mindset, you're going to have that mindset. It has nothing to do with the launch of the systems. You see what I'm saying? And for instance, by the time it's June 2014, right, where the PS4 and Xbox One have been out for, 7 months, 7.5 months or whatever, right, 8 months. EA isn't going to match, but, different mindset. See what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with the launch of these consoles. So that's why I feel like I can't do these videos anymore, because everybody is absolutely incapable of actually countering an actual point I make in the video. For those of you who tried, who did put up some cohesive arguments, I applaud you. Thank you. But the majority of y'all, absolute, complete, just blibbering dumbasses. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And another thing I've noticed is that the people who disagree with me, or I'm not going to generalize, the majority of the people who disagree with me, because it's not everybody, I realized that the majority of y'all are the stereotypical gamer, the generic gamer. You see what I mean? And this isn't to throw shots. If you're a generic gamer, that's cool. You can like what you like and buy what you buy. But the point I'm making here is that the majority of the people who disagreed with me are gamers who buy shooter after shooter after shooter after shooter and sports game after sports game every single year. See what I'm saying? So of course you guys are going to be satisfied with this generation. You see what I mean? Because you're getting exactly what you want. You're getting exactly what you care about. You see what I'm saying? These companies and developers, they're not leaving out anything that you guys aren't already getting. Do you see what I'm saying? The majority of the people who disagree, I noticed, are the people who will buy Fuse and buy Spec Ops The Line and then buy Binary Domain. You see what I'm saying? Like just shooter after shooter, like they don't care if it's a game with guns in it and it looks good, I'm gonna buy it, People like that. Of course you guys are going to be satisfied. You're the generic Western gamer. You're getting exactly what you want. So of course you guys are going to be pleased. But I'm sorry. I'm above the point to where I'm cool with just improved graphics and sequelitis out the ass, right? And just a flood of games in a single genre. I like variety. I do enjoy my sequels, but I also want new things along with my sequels. That goes for Nintendo as well. I'm sorry, I have higher standards. You guys are easily pleased, which isn't a bad thing. If you're easily pleased, that's cool. Right? That's cool. All I'm saying is that's pretty much the reason why you guys disagree with me, because you're easily pleased. Just give me better graphics and more shooters with guns and explosions and I'm good. You know? And I know that's an asshole-ish comment I'm saying right now, but literally, the majority of the people who disagree with me, I will click on their channels. I see a bunch of Battlefield, I see a bunch of Call of Duty, I see a bunch of shooters, right? In sports. You guys are already sated. I'm sorry, but it's going to take more than that to appeal to me. Another thing that BG brought up was, I didn't really say that, but I could see where he got it from. But he mentioned how I talked about in my video that, you know, it's just, when I was the whole prettier last generation games, he was talking about that I was pretty much saying it was kind of sequelitis, right? Which I didn't necessarily say, but I can understand why he would think I said that. And now that I think about it, I was kind of speaking, you know, about, you know, sequelitis and whatnot. And he was talking about, no, you know, that there's no sequelitis. There's plenty of new IPs. I mean, you know, you got Watch Dogs and The Division. You know, it's funny he mentions those two games of all the games he could have mentioned, right? Because guess what, guys? Those are Ubisoft games. Now, guys, how does Ubisoft operate? Exactly. We all know how they do. They say it themselves. When Ubisoft makes a new IP and that new IP is successful, guess what? Ubisoft is going to make sequels of that bitch. Plain and simple. They already said that with The Division and Watch Dogs. They said if Watch Dogs makes enough splash, there will be a sequel. They said if The Division was successful, there will be a sequel. So of course, when a new generation starts, BG, there's going to be some new IPs, but that's not good enough to make an argument. Oh, see, we're gonna get new IPs. There's not gonna be any sequelitis, because these new IPs are going to be the new Assassin's Creeds. You see what I'm saying? They're going to be the new Call of Duties and things. Well, there's going to be no new Call of Duties. Call of Duty is still going to be going. But you guys see what I'm saying? They're going to be the new milked franchises. Well, I wouldn't say milked, but they're going to be the sequelitis franchises. And none of these games are just going to be, you know, a new IP and then the company's going to move on to a new IP. And I'm not saying they should do that. I'm just saying, don't think that these games are not going to get sequels out the ass, because they will. They will. But that's pretty much all I want to talk about. And you know what? I am going to open the debates back up. I stopped because either one, the people I challenge, Arbiter365, Power 2000X, the people I have challenged to debate literally 5-6 times, keep on declining, or people simply did not want to debate anything. So I'm going to open it back up. If any of you guys disagree with a main point or a main topic that's, you know, in one of my videos, whatever, I'll be glad to do a live debate for you. So for anybody who for instance disagreed with that last video or this video, you want to live debate it, we can do that. For any of you Nintendo guys who have been hating me, you know, for this past year for being so critical of Nintendo, we go ahead and debate about any of the problems you had. Which is another thing, which is really funny how people say like, oh, Shokio is this damage joint for Nintendo, when it's like, I've been the most critical nigga in this gaming community of Nintendo for 2013. Slinging mud, throwing out arguments that aren't actual arguments, aren't actual points. It's easy, it's a cop-out. I don't feel like dealing with this points, I can't deal with this point, so he's just a Nintendo fanboy, so that's why he's doing that. Like, it's easy. It's easy. And that's why you guys do it. And you see everybody else do it, so that's why you do it. You don't think for yourselves. You guys lack critical thinking. I dragged this video on long enough. Thanks for watching, y'all. I'll see you fools later. Peace.